Hey everybody, Fallout here, your Starcraft 2 noob. I am here with my very first Bronze League game to cast for you. Now I didn't cast any of my placement matches, and it's not because I lost all of them. Seriously, it's not because I lost all of them. It's just because they all kind of did the same thing, and a lot of what I learned from them I will actually be able to tell you about better in my league matches. So anyway, uh, here's what's got going on. Here I am, up in the upper corner here of the map. The good old-fashioned red Protoss. Terran, red Terran. Did it again. Against my opponent, Tyro, the blue Protoss. So, here he is. He's going away, I'm going away. So everything's kind of going to work right now. Now you're going to notice in this video, and I'll sort of qualify that right away, there's going to be a lot of weird timings. Throughout this match, I was hitting lag spikes all over the place because my opponent kept lagging out. So my timings are a little off, but I digress. Pretty much this is just standard build. I do a kind of half-assed wall off here. It's more of a funnel than a wall off, I guess. But here we go. First things first, start the wall off, send this SCV out to check everything out. This probe's on his way in, as I have my barracks under construction. So he comes in, all he's going to see is nothing. Just my one barracks under construction, and I'm building here, and he's going to hang out. Now, I am just doing my own thing. I'm just ignoring him because I'm not doing anything special, nothing he's going to see at the moment. I know some people would sick a worker after him. I didn't want to waste the resource gathering time at this point. However, when he brought his probe out of my vision and put him over here, I thought, no sir. I ain't going to let you sneak a fucking pylon or anything into my base. So I sent an SCV after him. And I start working him over a bit. But my barracks are done. So I figure, hopefully that by this point, I can get a Marine out and take care of this guy. But my SCV takes care of him for me. Apparently this guy's dealing with a lot of lag issues, but whatever. That's not my problem. Start my army going, finishing my half-ass wall off, adding on my tech lab, blah, 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 blah. So everything right now is going pretty average. Here's my opponent. He's got 2 gateways going up. He's got his Nexus up, blah, blah, blah. Cybernetics core going. He's got that going. At this point, I am... Here we go. Split up a second barracks. Pretty much just gonna start a heavy barracks push. Because the one thing I was doing in my placement matches was I was focusing on a specific build order that I was basically putting up my second barracks, and then I was starting to work on doing the factory and the armory and blah 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 and all that sort of stuff, and kind of, you know, that kind of build, the 1-1-1 kind of build. And I was going to be going with a Marine Marauder medevac type push. However, it never really worked out well for me. I always kept getting overrun before I could build up a decent enough force. So this time I decided, screw it. I'm going to do an early game push, solely Marines and Marauders. I'm going to do huge amounts of barracks. I've already got my 3rd barracks up here. Here comes my scouting SCV. I was actually over here kind of poking around. So I did see pretty much everything over there. But I send him back to start gathering. Here go my other 2 barracks. He's got a small force that he's going to start to move in pretty soon, just a stalker and a zealot. They push in, they come right to my door. This is all they see, though. I'm pretty sure he doesn't see anything more. And, I mean, we'll take a look. So, I mean, here he is. Yeah, he's going to come right up, and he'll see, you know, he's got my tech lab up in my base here. But that's as far as he gets. I decide I'm not going to chase him down because I'm trying to build up a force here. So all I do is concentrate on all my barracks going up. I've done 2 reactors going. I'm just building up a huge force. That's my objective here. And I've got them all pointed right to this nice little, this point right here. And this is it. So now I just start building. As the supply comes in, and that's slowly coming in, I just start building. queuing them up one at a time on each base. Remember what I said I learned, never queue. And I don't. I just load up the active Marine, or Marauder, whatever it may be. So I got Marines going on all of these as I get the minerals for it. And Marauder building on that one. One gas, that's being being mined fully. I believe at this point I also kind of slow down a bit on the worker production. Yeah, he does get a little bit ahead of me at this point. Mainly because I'm focused so much on my army, which, as you can see, clearly outweighs him right now. Now he sends over an observer. Observer I don't see, but he's fully scouting me out, so he knows at this point I got a big force going on. But, you know, honestly at this point I don't care if he sees me. And here we go. As soon as he scouts me out, I'm pushing out. I don't even realize that he scouted me out. I'm just pushing. I'm pushing out mainly because I did drop a scan up here while I was sort of watching myself. And I did notice, I saw the cybernetics core, saw the pylon, and I saw the expand. The expand was still under construction, so when that was going up, I'm like, okay, I don't want him to have enough time to build up an army. So I'm pushing out right now. I think I bound all of my forces to this army. I'm holding here because I know he's right up at the top of this. Well, I know he's at least here. You know, he's at least right here. I don't know about this yet, but I don't think it matters too much because I've got another handful of forces coming in, and here we go. Game on. Take that zealot out. Now I'm focusing down these guys one at a time. Take that zealot out. Now we're working on these pylons. I get that pylon down before he can warp in those forces. Second pylon down. That kind of got brought down by proxy. I wasn't even going to worry about it once I took the pylons down, but whatever. Now at this point, I'm working on the base. I probably should, thinking back on it, have just moved into the supply line and started burning down these guys. Just sort of shifted these forces right up here, blasted down all these probes. I do catch a few of them, take them out, blah, blah, blah. Got 3 there. Moving back up here. First we take out the zealots. Blam, blam, blam. Bunch of probes working in. I don't know where these probes are going. I think he's trying to counter this attack, but it doesn't work out so well. Take out that probe. He knows he's pretty much cooked at this point. GG. He's supply locked. I win. Game over. So that was it. And I still had some forces moving in here. Funny thing, as I was doing this, I didn't even notice or really care too much about these 2 guys, which were the scouts that he had sent into my base earlier. Well, they didn't even send them in. He sent them to the doorstep. I was just sending my army right past him. He just left him there. I still had a couple of guys moving in here. All I was going to do at this point, you know, I mean, obviously he GG'd before I even started, but I was just going to head right into a supply line at this point and just start clearing stuff out if he didn't GG. But, I mean, you can take a look for yourself and see he still had 11 army supply going, but with this force, I was going to just finish him up, no problem. All he had, I mean, he had an immortal in production. That wasn't going to help him, for sure. That was really it. So, I mean, this strat kind of worked. I don't know if it worked against because of the lag issues, or because it was actually a good high-pressure, early aggressive push. I deliberately did not expand because I was mainly testing myself in this game. I was testing to see if I could do this early aggressive push, if it would work out for me as far as, like, you know, could I do this early push without doing an expand and end this game early? And it worked. You know, I mean, he did notice it, but by the time he saw what I had coming, I was already ready to push out because I had dropped a scan right on top of here and saw his expand, like I said. The expand that was here. I saw that expansion. I was like, okay, I don't want him to have the forces to push back to me, so I'm going to move out now. I got a good-sized army. I mean, my scan kind of dropped right about here. So I saw the cybernetics core. I saw the expand. A lot of the forces that he had gathered up right at this ramp here were not quite there yet. And I wish I could have caught that scan on the replay here. But they weren't quite there yet. So, rule of thumb for next time, though, definitely probably want to drop my scan around this point instead, just to scope out that first ramp leading into his base and his expansion. But other than that, that was all I did. So that was pretty fun. That was my first game as a Bronze League player. I now have 2 wins. The second game I will not cast because it was literally 6 seconds long. But hey, you know, if somebody wants to leave the game in the middle of it, or not even in the middle, the very beginning, then that's on them. But there you go. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the replay. And keep posted. If you like what you see, leave a comment, like, subscribe, please. Again, you can follow my blog, starcraftnoob.tumblr.com. You can also check out all my other stuff at gkick.net. Follow me on Twitter at gkickperry. Oh, I think I've heard off enough stuff. Thanks, guys, for watching. See you next time.